Do straw bale panels catch on fire? Well, we are here to find out. Let's imagine a hypothetical situation where you're using your propane torch to burn some weeds outside. You bring it inside, still lit, and accidentally lean it up against the wall. Here's what would happen. We do advise you not to try this at home, and we're taking extra precautions here to make sure that we're safe. Got a firefighter in the background. Chief firefighter, actually. We've got a pretty simple little setup here. Propane torch, and a lime plaster panel. This panel has some clay base with a little bit of lime mixed on it with a top coat of lime plaster.
We've got a thermocouple temperature unit set up here. So we've got thermocouples embedded in this panel in the front, and also one in the very rear of it. This is one of the most least dramatic fire tests I've ever seen. This thing just won't burn. So far, the highest temperature we've got is 387 C. It's kind of stabilized there. That's a thermocouple that's right underneath the flame, about 2 inches deep. We've got a thermocouple that's about 7 inches deep into the panel, and it's kind of stabilized at about 94, 95 degrees C. Not even the temperature of boiling water. The heat definitely is not getting through that panel as far as being a fire hazard on the other side.
One-hour fire test complete.
All right, well, deep inside the panel, this would be about maybe 6 inches from the flame surface. We saw a peak of 95 degrees C. You know, not even up to temperature of good hot coffee. In the right at the surface, about an inch deep, under the place where the flame was hitting, we saw a peak of maybe 390, 395 degrees centigrade, which is probably enough to kindle something if it had air. But one of the advantages of straw bale panel is there's not a source of oxygen, air inside there. It's all buried in there where air can't get to it. And that's part of your fire triangle. If you take away the air, it can't burn.
What did we learn? We got an hour of this flame weeder on the face of this. And the only thing that caught on fire was the screed board, which we would use to set the depth of the plaster. And had this been a real wall with just plaster all the way up, that wouldn't have caught the flammable material. So that's what we're seeing that got consumed. But that's really just a testing of the model, not of the system and its application. We see some cracks here. That's kind of an interesting observation, how they radiate off in both directions. But right in the middle of the heat pattern did not crack. It's an interesting observation.
Backside's feeling hot or not? A little heat on the inside. Yeah. Safety glasses on. Check. Let's see what's inside of it.
All right. It's charred.
There's some char.
This proves what we were saying about the fire triangle, where we got a little flame once we broke into this thing, because now there's fuel, there's air, and there's heat.